Well, it's been the longest day. You wish you could hit erase, but you aren't lucky that way. Oh no, nobody's lucky that way. But I want you to stop where you are. I want you to hear your heart, 'cause that's how you stay on par. Oh yeah, no need to raise the bar when you're feeling low. Oh, you gotta breathe. Let it go and let it be. Yeah, I hope that you're listening. There's only one thing you know you gotta do. That's breathe.
Everybody just breathe, breathe, breathe. Come on in. It is time for the Own Your Now show. I am your host, Tracy Berry McGee, also known as Divine T.
And I'm your co-host, Yolanda Langford. And you know what they still call me, Lady Yo.
Lady Yo. Hey, happy Wellness Wednesday to you. How you feeling?
I am great. First of all, because I get to look at you, honey. You always give me some balance, some peace, and know that we're going to have a great show. I have to be transparent. The internet was not my friend today.
Y'all just don't know what we went through to get here today. Okay. I just want to tell you all that it's been a struggle, but we are here and everybody's checking in and saying hello to us. And Lady Yo, I don't care how bad the internet does. You look good today, girl. You look good.
Oh, thank you so much. And as I say, I received that. Yeah. I've learned that, Tracy. You know, as women, a lot of times people come up to us and say, "Oh, girl, I like your outfit." And we say, "Oh, this old thing," or "Girl, I like your hair," or some compliment, but we have not been taught how to receive it. So that is my new thing that I've been doing for probably the last 6 months. I received that and I appreciate it. And it doesn't go, as our friend and loved Shamim Clark Hubbard says, it doesn't go unnoticed.
It doesn't go unnoticed. You know, that's it. I think it's important that we understand the value of receiving a compliment, especially when you know it's genuine. That part.
Yes. It's funny you say that because I was at Target, darling. And this little girl just kept smiling at me and I kept smiling at her. And she whispered to her mom, "That's the lady." So I guess she had gone and told her mom, "I saw this lady." And we just had the sweetest conversation about just, "Hi, how are you doing? My daughter thought you were beautiful." And it was just amazingly warming to me. Not that she thought physically, but she felt warmth from me, the little girl, that I would receive what she had to say.
That's it. People can feel your energy. They can feel when you're real, especially children. We were doing our wellness room shout outs. We see a lot of people are in the chat. This is a great time to share, y'all. I'm going to say it again. Hey, Aunt Cynthia, we see that you are here and you're welcome. We appreciate you every single day. Our girl Tracy Williams Crisp is in the house. The Miss Crisp.
Miss Crisp.
Good to see you. We got her baby with us today. You all are going to really be in for a treat because he is all that in a bag of chips and a soda on the side. So good evening, everyone. It was definitely wellness shout out. Please share. Hey, Robert, everybody, BJ, everybody's tapping in during our wellness room shout out. We try to shout you all out the beginning and throughout. Please chat with each other and comment. Let us know where you're coming from, what you're sipping on. Speaking of, Lady O, what you sipping on?
Let me tell you, the internet said, "Get your little glass of wine, girl, and you're going to be all right." So I want to say thanks to Gallo Winery for sending me a plethora of different wines to taste. We have some great things on the horizons, and I'm grateful for it. And how about you, Divine T?
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, it's nothing like, I was literally at a meeting today and I was telling them how much I love wine, of course. So I have wine, I have a Riesling, but I do love me a good Cabernet. And I was saying to them, I said, what if you went to church and instead of them bringing, because I said, look, I could literally drink wine and bread my whole life. Like that's all I need in life,
Mm.
you know. And I said, that's okay because that's what Jesus had, right? And so then I thought, what if you went to church instead of them having that grape juice, they gave you white grape juice? You would be like, something ain't right. It's something. Could you imagine?
Listen, Tracy, a few more folks will be dancing.
What? If they gave you the white, they were like, something ain't right. Something is not right. It's supposed to be red because Jesus, I'm assuming Jesus was drinking. It was red.
That's
Was it
what
red?
we have been told. But let me say this. If you make it to the church house on First Communion, whatever they serve, it's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Well, I'm telling you right now, if it come out clear, I'm gonna be asking some questions because it's the things that we are used to. Okay, BJ said black cherry plum juice. I want to know what everybody's sipping on. Let
That's
us
a
know.
first. Hold on,
That's
Tracy.
the first.
BJ is coming through with something. I've never heard black cherry plum juice. Now I like to try things. So BJ, when I come back next week, I will let you know. You make sure you're back with us next week so I can tell you what it tastes.
You got to
What it
figure out
tastes
where
like
to
to
find
me.
it. You got to find it. You got to find it. Patricia says she's drinking more water. Yes. So that's the other thing, Patricia. I've been doing warm water. I've been warm water with lemon. So I got to ask you all, do you need yours ice cold or do you take it warm?
Any which way but loose with the water. It can be with a lemon. It could be warm. It could, honey, I'm a farmer's daughter. I drank water out of a hose.
Yeah, we used to drink that water out of the water hose as well, but
Yes.
I haven't done that in a long time. So, but I can't do the ice water. We had like one of those ice machines here, like the Rona ice, Rona something or something like that, where they did the ice like snow cone
Yes.
slushies.
Uh-huh.
I can't do it. I get brain freeze. Robert said he's drinking cold ice mountain water.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing that people say that all water don't taste the same. I've heard we have really good water, but all water don't taste the same.
Well, let me tell you something. In honor of our dear Shamim again, St. Louis STL water. I have no problem with it. It is delicious. And if you pour me water out of a bottle or the St. Louis water, I'll take tap every day.
That's it. That's it. Well, how was your week? You know, this is Wellness Wednesday. So far, how has it been for you?
You know, it has been well with my soul. And
Okay.
I don't know if a few people have found out or watched or looked at my Facebook page, and I posted something in Lady O 101 about, you know, things being well with your soul and feeding your soul and fertilizing your soul. And so it has been well with my soul. Now, that's not to say I haven't had my little hiccups. And that's one thing I want people to realize with you and I, Tracy. We come on here on Wellness Wednesday. Yes, we want to talk positively. That doesn't mean during the week we haven't had any hiccups. However, we're blessed to be able to work through those things and to be able to lean on the side of positivity. It's kind of like the gas tank. You see your gas tank?
Yes,
Sometimes
yes.
it's a little uneven, but you're still driving. You're
Yes.
still moving.
That's
But sometimes it's on full and you're just going down the road. So, you know, my gas tank had fuel all week and I'm thankful for it. And I'm leaning towards full.
Hey, well, you know, we do have Aziza Binti in the house, Coach Aziza Binti, and she's going to tell y'all probably a little tips on how you can keep it on full when you're dealing with anxiety and all different types of things. And, you know, I think that this last week has been triggers for a lot of people. There's been floods everywhere. I think you said you saw a little river in your backyard, didn't you?
Oh my goodness, for the first time. I took a video and sent it to my children. And I said, look at this here. And I had a meeting and I politely called them and said, Yolanda will not be in person. Because, you know, that's one thing I think we need to, as humans, realize when you cannot do something. And it's okay to say, I cannot, I don't want to. It doesn't feel good in my soul. And at that point, I'd been in all day and the storms were rampant. And I thought, I don't want to get out on the freeway. And Tracy, you and I both spoke with a friend of ours that said someone that they work with got swept up in a flash flood.
That's why it's called flash. It happens just that quick. And so we have to really be cautious of that. And I stay in because, I don't know, we got people checking in from California, from all types of places, from Texas. But folks in St. Louis can't drive, y'all.
Hey, hold on, California people, what is the temperature? I've been hearing 111. I've been hearing 108. It's hot. It's hot in here.
Yes, it is. But speaking of being still and finding your gifts, let me tell y'all, I hope y'all sharing some more because we got two phenomenal people in the house today that are sharing their gifts, and you've got to hear about them. And I want to start off with our first guest. Our first guest is we like this. You know how you be like, yes. Okay. All that in a bag of chips and a soda on the side, but probably no soda for her because it's probably all about the H2O. I'm talking about Aziza Binti, y'all. She is a ICF certified success coach and certified Missouri peer specialist, focusing on empowering mental health professionals to transform anxiety into a superpower. 2015, her recovery from paralysis following spine surgery marked a breakthrough. Decades of chronic pain, anxiety, and depression transformed into a newfound perspective on anxiety. With nearly a decade of experience, she's here to help others, y'all. She's committed to showing the helpers and the healers what's possible in every aspect of your life. Let's talk to our superstar who has the superpowers, Coach Aziza Binti.
Hey, what's up? Hey. Man, I'm so excited to be here. It's been a while.
It's been a while. Let me tell you, for those who don't know, this sister has been with us from day one. She's our ace day one. And this is what I love about her. She has her own platform, her own podcast, but she is a supportive person. And so we welcome you to the Own Your Now show again. But the first thing our owners want to know is what's in your cup.
All right, so what I got in my cup, I was drinking water earlier, but I have Minute Maid Zero Sugar Mango Passion today. Is what
I'm going to put that on my list too.
It's fire. It is fire. It does not taste like zero sugar. I was a little suspect, but it was on sale at Dearborg. So I, took a step. I was like, all right, we'll see. Fire.
All right, now she's gonna be letting us know about a lot of new things. Well, the thing about it is Aziza, you come in on the A side sometimes on Facebook, you come in on the B side on YouTube, and now you're right here with us to empower us all. Talk to us about your personal journey with anxiety. How did it lead you to become a coach?
Man, so the thing about it was that when I was paralyzed in 2015, I thought that was the end of everything for me. I thought my life was over. I was doing documentary filmmaking and photography, and that's how I thought I was going to impact the world. I was convinced, God had me convinced that I was going to be impacting many people's lives, and I thought it was only going to be that way. And so when I woke up paralyzed and backwards, they had me like backwards, upside down. I didn't know what was going on. I was supposed to go in there and leave like the same day. But that woke me up to so many things, realizing that it was time to heal from the anxiety and the depression that was plaguing my life. And I was blessed to begin the journey of not only my own healing and transformation, but really wanting to help other people heal as well. And so, Tracy, I had an incredible opportunity to work with you on the filmmaking and photography side, and then getting into the mentor side and learning more about mental health. And honestly, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I've told you this before, but working with you is what sparked me to begin the journey of working in mental health, as well as becoming a certified Missouri peer specialist because of Asia Owen. She was working with Poetry for Personal Power, and
Oh,
she put me on, and it has been an incredible journey ever since.
that's
You
it.
know, I love that, and y'all know I love me some Tracy. It is being able to be her friend, her co-worker, and just in her presence all the time is my one of my greatest blessings. When I get to heaven, I'm gonna tell God he aligned me just right.
We
So
got this. He lined us.
I mean, that's so
Us.
amazing. It's so amazing because a lot of people have talents, but they don't
Mhm.
share, or they have information, but they don't share. Aziza, I want to talk to you about how you turned anxiety into your superpower.
Oh yeah. So that's one of my favorite things to talk about, because typically when we talk about anxiety, we're trying to figure out ways to avoid it. We're trying to figure out ways to not have it or immediately get rid of it. And what I found is that it is a gateway. It's a literal portal to help you see where the healing needs to go. And so in the coaching that I do, we get into it. We start really deep diving into what is going on in your life, because yeah, you might be able to take a pill or drink something or avoid a particular activity, and then you won't be feeling anxious anymore. But what happens the next time that thing comes around? Like, you need a rooted solution that gets to the core of what's going on. And that's primarily how we do this, teaching people how to get tapped in and tuned in to what's truly going on inside of them, and helping them to plot the course to having that life that the anxiety has been keeping them from attaining.
Yeah, yeah. You work with healers, you work with therapists.
Mhm.
Talk to everybody about the value of a therapist overcoming their anxieties and the impact that it has on them, on their clients, as well as their community.
Yeah, it's wild because whenever I've worked with therapists or anybody in the healing profession, so like nurses, um, even I've worked with stay-at-home moms,
Mm.
because they are the healing center for their family, caring for the rest of the family day
And
in and
community.
day out.
And
Yeah,
the community. When you're a
and
stay-at-home mom,
community.
I'm talking from experience. When
Mhm.
you are, so first of all, let me clarify this, y'all. Let me look in the camera. Stay-at-home mom is a false narrative. When you are a non-working mom outside the home,
Mhm.
you become the mom of all, and it becomes sometimes a heavy weight.
Yep.
It does.
Yep.
It does.
And I've
It does.
worked with some stay-at-home dads. So, like, absolutely understanding that just because you're not working for someone outside the home, it doesn't mean that you are not in the healing profession, in the helping profession, because you absolutely are. And when healers are overwhelmed and stressed, who do they go to? Who
Mm,
do we seek out? One of the
mhm.
things that really helped to shift my anxiety was realizing that one of the things that would happen when I would feel anxious is I would close in. I would put my phone on do not disturb. I wouldn't want to go anywhere. I would isolate and withdraw. And that is not the thing you want to do. The antivenom of anxiety is literally connection. Connecting with another human being basically helps to quiet the part of your brain that is feeling overwhelmed and anxious and frustrated, and it
Yes.
causes you to get present. And when you're around healthy, loving people, you cannot help but tune in to what is happening in that moment with them. And it literally helps to shift your brain out of fight or flight into rest and digest, helping to shift your nervous system into rest and digest, to pause.
Grab your
Hold
journal.
on.
No, she teaching. Grab your journal so y'all can get these strategies down.
She said to get out of fight or flight, because
Mhm.
let me tell you something. I'm in it, done it, been it, seen it. The fight or flight. It's
Mhm.
rest and digest. I'm
Yes.
writing
That's
that in my
it.
journal.
That's it. That's why I said y'all better grab your journals.
Yeah. Your
Rest.
Yes.
nervous
Somebody in the
system.
audience. Somebody in the audience. Put in the comments. Rest and
and
digest.
digest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so when we're feeling really overwhelmed, really frustrated, or it's this low level thing that seems like it's just sort of taking over every single day, you kind of wake up with it, you go to sleep with it. Other people might notice it and you might not even notice it, right? But it is just sort of like this haze over your life where you just feel like you can't take on one more thing. But if you're in the healing profession, you gotta take on one more thing. And I'm suggesting that the next one more thing that you take on is you. The next one more thing that you lean into is you. But we have to have tools to be able to do that. It's nice to read Instagram post or watch a little video saying you need to prioritize yourself. But what does that look like? How do I do that when I'm in the healing profession, when I'm literally responsible for other people's lives? I feel like I can't just, oh, I'm just going to ignore that and just focus on me. So there has to be real practical tools based on individuals that fit the life that you have so that you can focus on what you need to focus on in terms of helping others, but also make sure you put yourself on the list, because I work with a lot of people pleasers too.
Oh, put yourself on the list, y'all.
That's right. Put
Put
yourself on the
on the
list.
list. You know, you're speaking to me personally, in the fact that sometimes when you've experienced things and then life keeps life, and how do you take the trauma that you've experienced in life? Whether, I mean, my trauma is different from everybody else's trauma. What I might consider trauma might not be anything to anybody else. To me, it make my eyelash flitter. But how do you take your trauma, your triggers? Let me say that, the triggers. So say for instance, you're going through your day and you're good, you float, and something triggers you. And it takes you off your square.
It does.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few parts to this. So there's a method that I created called the Avaya method. AAVIA.
Put that in
Awareness.
there, y'all. AAVIA.
That's right.
Come on, y'all.
Awareness, acknowledgement, validation, and then inspired action. This can be so helpful for folks who are also in therapy. I always encourage all of my coaching clients to also consider counseling. I think it is crucial to help you navigate some of the trauma or adverse childhood experiences that you may have had, or even recent experiences that you've had that you don't necessarily realize are stealing life from your life. So when we talk about the Avaya model, it's first that awareness. Being aware that something is off, something has happened that has pushed you to the brink or made you feel uncomfortable.
Awareness, y'all. Put awareness in the chat.
Awareness. The next part is acknowledgement. So many of us grew up in homes where we were not acknowledged properly during times of distress. I want you to think back to I ask my clients this all the time. If you had gone to your parents and told them, I think there's a monster under my bed, would their response be A? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm sure that scared you. Come here, let me give you a hug. Let's go back in your room and make sure that it's not still there. Or B, ain't nothing in that room. Go on back to bed. And that's it. Right? Many of us have had B.
Yes. All that.
Many of us have had our fears not acknowledged. And so it's important to acknowledge your own fear. You're feeling stressed, you're feeling anxious, you're feeling overwhelmed. It's important to acknowledge that and acknowledge where in your body you're feeling it. Sometimes you don't know the name of the feeling, but you know where it's at. Oh, my neck, my shoulder, my back, my side. Sometimes that can help you to experience some awareness. And before I move to the next part, did you have questions about the first two parts? I don't want to go too fast.
I'm clear.
No, we're good. We're clear. We're clear.
All right. And then that next part is validation. Validating your own experience would be, it makes sense that I'm feeling stress. It's like you answering the question. I'm sorry, you're finishing the statement. It makes sense that I feel this way. because, and then you fill in the blank. It makes sense that I'm feeling stressed about this because this matters to me, because I'm excited, because I'm worried, because I'm not sure what's going to happen next, because this person means a lot to me, because this person makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes sense that I feel this way. That's validating your experience instead of brushing it off. I shouldn't feel this way. Why am I tripping?
You
I'm
know what?
this.
You know what, Aziza? I think the validation also allows us to not react. Because when you in a space, you be like, I'm ready to go for them. But it almost allows you to, it does allow you to self-regulate. Be like, I know how I feel. I mean, validation is good from everybody else, but that self-validation, baby.
Yes, it's
Critical.
crucial. And many of us don't know how to do that because our parents are supposed to teach us how to self-validate by validating us. They teach us what self-validation looks like by validating us. So if we don't have that, well, then it's difficult for us to replicate that for ourselves when we become the adults, because we didn't have a healthy adult teaching us how to validate our own experience.
Amen. Sharon said, amen.
That's
Amen.
right. That's right.
What's
That's my cousin right there.
Drop that I for us.
Yeah. And so the I and the A go together. Inspired action. You talked about self-regulation with the validation. You're absolutely right. It gives you a chance to slow down. So neurologically speaking, you have to be present to be able to do this. And so the part of your brain that wants you to feel nervous, anxious, fight, get out of that situation, or the other trauma responses, it starts to quiet, because now you're leaning into inspired action. And how you get into inspired action is all while you're doing this method. You got your hand on your heart and you are breathing through it. You're noticing the rising and falling of your chest or stomach as you're breathing. You're noticing the weight of your body in your chair or your feet on the floor. You are becoming present, and then you will know the sage in you, as we talk about in positive intelligence, starts to guide you, and you know the action that you want to take. Because like Tracy said, you don't want to just pop off and slap somebody or cuss somebody out or whatever, right? You know because it's inspired. It's an inspired action from the sage in you and not from the hurt, fearful you.
Tap into the sage in you. I'm gonna put that in my journal too.
All right. Look, let them know, because you got a podcast and are you accepting clients? I
am accepting clients. I'm also giving people an opportunity to take a saboteur assessment. Just a brief thing about saboteurs, man, they make life incredibly difficult. That's where a lot of the anxiety and stress and all of that is coming from. And so you can get a free saboteur assessment by hitting me up on azizabinti.com. We can get you a free saboteur assessment and also connection with me. If you decide to move forward, awesome. If you don't, that's okay too. I just want you to be able to get this because I'm so passionate about helping people get free from anxiety and to begin to turn it into a superpower. I've also got the podcast, Your Refresher Course in Awesomeness, baby. And that's exactly what it's about. You got to check it out. It's on all podcast platforms. It don't matter where you at. It doesn't matter if it's Apple. It doesn't matter if it's Spreaker, any of the podcast platforms. You just put Your Refresher Course in Awesomeness and you will get right in there with me. So I'm so excited to be here, y'all. I'm just so amped up, right? I'm excited to be here, but I'm also really excited about making sure that you all get this goodness, because I don't want to just keep it to myself. I'm healing and I want other people to heal too.
Get this goodness. You know, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Get the goodness. Get it.
You know, before you go, Miss Aziza, you have to drop. You done drop so many words of enlightenment, encouragement. But tell us, what is your affirmation word of the week?
Oh, it couldn't be no other word besides dopeness. Dopeness is the affirmation word of the lifetime. time, I got introduced to true dopeness by Dr. April Warren Grice, or April Warren G,
Yay!
as we like to call her. So
Easy.
yes, dopeness, baby. Dopeness.
We love that. Thank you, Z. Thank you for just being a keeper for real, for sure. Y'all know how to find her. Look, y'all share some more, but y'all got to stay with us because we got more dopeness that's coming right up. But ZZ, thank you so much. Woo! Ooh, she said it's her pleasure. Yes, I felt like this better than Chick-fil-A. Forget Chick-fil-A, okay?
I love it. I love it. And I hope our owners are listening. They're sharing.
Take note. This is how you get to your gifts. Did she tell y'all? Now check this out, y'all, because we about to bring up our next brother. And when I tell y'all, y'all gonna feel every part of his energy. You will. That's how you get to your gifts. You got to go through some things. It's all about the journey. It's all about the journey, y'all. So, y'all ready for our next guest? Are we ready for our next guest? Look, he is all about trusting God and making sure that you trust the process. We're talking about Darian Crisp, y'all. He's a content creator. He's an entrepreneur, and he is our community nephew. We love everything that this brother does, and we're so excited to bring him to you all. Everybody, you can call him Crispy if you want to, but this is the Darian Crisp.
Hello, how you guys doing today?
We are fabulous. And you see me smiling like the good auntie. I'm like, there he is. Oh my gosh. Thank you so for saying yes and joining us on the Own Your Now show. You know, Tracy and I, you are officially our nephew. Officially. So we want to introduce you to the owners. This is our nephew who is, I know a lot of us that are owners are a little bit older, but we've always wondered about the words content creator, young entrepreneur. Well, you're going to tell us all about it and how you made a shift in your life. And shift is the word, honey, because you did that thing. Before we get started, what's in your cup? What you sipping on?
What's in my cup today? It's hot outside, so I'm sipping on some water. I'm trying to stay hydrated.
That's it. Good old STO water. Good old STO water. So, you know, I wanted to say videographer, but you have a brand. You're a content creator. Where do you want to start? Who is Darian Crisp? How about that?
Darian Crisp, I have to say, it's a lot of different things that's probably said for me, but I have to say he's a dog. That's what I've been known for. And it's just throughout my journey, especially coming from playing college baseball and making that shift into entrepreneur, doing videography, photography, content creating, just throughout my time, a lot of the young kids and people that I've mentored, the people that looked up to me just as that kid that always worked hard and always found a way to make the best out of his situations. And it's just one of those things where, you know, jumping from playing baseball into videography, I didn't know that was going to happen, but God gave me the gift to pick up a camera and the vlog. And it was something I asked from God every single day when I was going through it playing college baseball. So
let me interject here, Tracy. So one day, I don't know if it was on Facebook, Instagram, but this message came to me from Darian Crisp. I had no clue who he was. I didn't know baseball. I didn't know entrepreneur, but something said, repost this young man. And then I found out I knew his mom.
Yeah.
I had no idea. He inspired me just from his posts. And so, Darian, I want to talk to you about how you started posting. So let's back this up. So you played sports all your life, but one day you decided, I'm going to go with my faith and I'm going to put that forefront. Tell me how you started being a content creator through your posts that were so inspiring.
Yes.
Well, actually, at the previous college that I was at, unfortunately, I wanted to get into content creating a lot sooner, and I was more so nervous of doing it, just of what other people would think of me, posting on TikTok, always corny, this, and that. But as I transferred to another different school, then I was like, you know what, like, there's no restrictions on it. And I was like, this is what I want to do, because I used to record videos of me hitting, I mean, thousands of videos. And I scroll through TikTok and I see a lot of guys, a lot of other content creators that I networked with that posted a lot of baseball content and a lot of different motivational things. So I was like, this is kind of fun. This is interesting, being in front of the camera. So I started doing it from there, and the rest was kind of history.
You talk about the rest is history. You just started. So I want to get into the brand, the content creation, but I got to talk about the brand. Show us the brand.
Oh, yeah. So
explain the brand. How did that brand come about?
It's crazy how this brand, Motion with Christ Clothing, came about, because I never ever thought of starting a clothing brand, but it was one morning, I want to say it was roughly October last year. One morning at like 2:30, I had a vision in my mind about Motion with Christ, the specific brand, the name, what it would look like. And usually most dreams, when you wake up from them, it's hard to vividly remember. But when you got a vision, you remember that. And so when I woke up at 2:30 in the morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I gotta write this down. Like, I can't lose this. So I wrote it down, and I was so excited that I ran into my mom's room that morning, and I was like, Mom, look at this. I had goosebumps. I was like, man, this brand I just started, like, it just came from a vision. And at the time, I didn't really have the things in place to really get that jumping, but I knew that I'm going to keep this in my back pocket, because this is something I want to start. And when God gives you a vision to do something, he always keeps giving you reminders of that vision, if it's truly your vision.
Ooh. Now, listen, let me say this, because y'all know I always say to Tracy, we going to be all right.
Right. Yes, we are. Yes, we
and
are.
I say that for those who are new to the On Your Now show, that we're going to be all right, because we have young people that are taking the lead and taking the reins to how we're going to be all right, and how they're going to lead us to being all right. And if we're a little weary and tired, they have all the energy in the world, because his brand is motion.
That's it.
In Christ. So motion means you're moving. That means you're moving in Christ. And for him as a young man, because baby, how old are you?
20.
Oh!
20. Y'all look. And see, this is the thing. When you find your purpose early, God has some work for you to do. And that's why we're so proud of you, because you're in it. So you're in it. So you don't see what all the things that you're doing. And I'm just glad, we're just glad to be a part of it. And that's why you got to know your value. And this brother knows his value. Even we're in church and he's doing the cameras there, and he's connecting with mentors. You know, you have had a lot of mentors that you have had the opportunity to work with. But now that you're saying, I made the decision to leap, he's not just doing this as a hobby. He's an entrepreneur. You can go to his Instagram page and find out what he's doing. But tell everybody, what is it that you like to do the most? Like, is it the pictures? Is it the videography? Is it what is it?
Honestly, what I like to do the most is the videography. I love making cinematic, like, ads of different brands, like Gatorade, Body Armor, different stuff like that. Nike commercials. I love doing the cinematography.
So Tracy, hold on. I have to interject. This is a little small Lady O story. So I, have been following him and like calling him and talking to him. I said, hey, I'm doing an event on XYZ day. Can you come and take pictures of me? He said, I've been booked to take pictures for this event. He didn't tell me what it was, but God, I'm getting ready to go on stage, and who do I see? Darian, Chris taking pictures of me. I thought, this cannot be written in a script. Because just amazing. Because I was like, I need him to take pictures of me. And God put it in alignment that in his profession, he was hired. And then in the eyes of God, it was pleasing.
Yes. Wait a minute. So check this out. On that day that you didn't know that he was taking pictures of you, I don't know exactly where you were, because you was at the Planned Parenthood speaking.
I was at the Ritz-Carlton.
The Ritz-Carlton. And then I was downtown at the Hyatt, I think it was. And And so after he finished there, he came to my event. Look, full circle. We don't God is so in alignment. That would look, you know what that was? That was motion in Christ.
Definitely.
We was rolling.
Definitely.
That's it.
Definitely.
That's it. That's it.
So tell us, you have a what do they call it? Merch line? How do people get your merch line?
So right now, my merch line is actually under construction. I'm moving to a different platform to be able to launch it that makes it easier for other people to go on the website and to purchase. But I do have an Instagram page that you can go to, which is Motion with Christ Clothing. And that gives you access to the updates when that website will be out.
I like that. I like that. Now, if they want to hire you, to come and do work, because I have, and let me tell y'all something. I ain't playing. I had him on Wednesday, then I had him on Saturday. Like and because he's good, he has that eye. And not a lot of people have that eye. Aziza has that eye, but Aziza's in another, like y'all said, it was part of her journey. This is part of his journey, because he's bad when it comes to baseball. But when y'all see him behind the camera, God gives you more than one gift. Okay, lady,
let me tell you,
it ain't a little gift.
I have another testimony. My cousin put on social media, I need a videographer ASAP, because she got an honor. And she inboxed me, cousin. I said, Darian, Chris. I text him, I text her. She all she said was he showed up and he showed out.
He's professional. He does it right.
Professional, yes. And it wasn't like, he had to think about it. It almost like I think he did me a favor. And then it just turned into a great production. I think it was shown in Chicago.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. It keeps going. It keeps going. That's when you walking in alignment, right? Then it just shows up. That's what it's all about. We could talk to you forever, and we know that you got work to do. Y'all got to follow him. So y'all got to follow him on Instagram. That's what we're asking, so that you can stay connected. He has 2 Instagrams, so he's doing a lot of content. He's also on Facebook as well, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And that is also at Darian Crisp on Facebook, Darian.Crisp.
Okay. So y'all know how to find him. And we're going to continue. I can't wait to get my merch at some point.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
And I just want, I'm specifically talking to our St. Louisans. Please support, because we look at the news. We hear so much, but when we bring to you beautiful young people who are doing the work, I'm asking you personally, support the young people who are doing the work. They are there. We are presenting them to you. Please support these young people. And I ain't gonna just say St. Louis. Y'all want to fly Darian out to California?
Yes.
Come on now.
He will catch a flight. He will be in motion with Christ. He will be in motion. He will. So y'all better do it. You better do it. Everybody start dropping your affirmation word in the chat. Darian, we're so proud of you. We are. Yes. We are. And we know that you got more to come. What is your wellness word of the day?
I had to say faith. It's faith, because without any of what's happening, it doesn't happen without faith. It's almost crazy, because I actually had a friend when we vlogged on YouTube. We were talking, and this was when I first got my camera back last year. And I got in the car, and he would tell me, we was just talking, and we was joking about like making videos. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be out here and I'm gonna make videos and I'm gonna make commercials. And like, we said it in a joking manner. He sends it back to me now. It's like, bro, you're making commercials. It was crazy. I was like, wow, this is crazy. So like I said, it's just having faith is my affirmation, because faith faith without works is nothing, and works without faith is nothing. And
It's it. You're right.
faith, you can't get to that next step without faith. So faith is my affirmation word.
We love
Thank you.
that. Love that. Well, we thank you. We're so proud of you. You know we are.
Yes.
You got us in your corner 100%. And so we're just excited about all the things that you're about to do and that you are doing right now. There's nothing little about anything that you're doing. You got a huge business. Tracy, you did a great job, girl. Y'all look, Tracy Christmas, she been an owner forever. His sister has been one of our ambassadors. The whole family is just beautiful and artistic
Amazing.
and smart and God fearing. All of that. All of that. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, nephew.
Always, anytime, always, always, always.
Love it, love it, love it. I love all of it. Tracy, you know I'm over here wanting to spin around in my seat because it is just refreshing. It is encouraging. It is a substance of our foundation just to see all that Aziza is doing, all that Darian is doing. And it is just amazing. It's amazing.
It is. Everybody start dropping your words in the chat. Drop your words in the chat. Joan says, Mom, I know you're so proud of your baby boy. She's like, thank you. Yes, y'all, this is what it's all about. We have a lot of great young people in St. Louis that are doing great work. Don't let people fool y'all and think that they're not.
And hold on, Tracy. And if you have any doubt, just watch the On Your Now show. If you have any doubt, because we are one of the media platforms that highlight the greatness of the young people in our community, in your community. It just doesn't stop with St. Louis. We have done this, Tracy, almost 4 years.
I know. And y'all, we got some exclusives coming, y'all. So stay tuned.
Yes,
gosh, we got some stuff in. We got some motion. There, we got some motion coming.
Look, yes, we do. Yes, we do. And thankful for it all. We're thankful for all the owners who have just stood by our side. Hold on, Tracy. We are on the road to 10,000 followers.
Yes, we are. We are. And we need you all to follow. You all to hit that follow button. You can subscribe on YouTube. You can share. All those things matter. They really do. They really do.
And Tracy, there's a way that they can also help. Go to your Facebook page, go to your friends page, and go to our page and invite all. If you have 5,000 friends, invite them all.
Tell them we're here on Wednesdays. If you all want to come on the show, we want to have you. We are all about wellness, opportunity, knowledge, and empowerment. And so we want to know what's good in the community. We want to fill up your cup. We hope you all are dropping your affirmation words down in the chat. Hey, Ari, and we know our people, y'all. We know our people because y'all have been with us since the pandemic. Okay, so drop your affirmation words in the chat. Lady O, what's your affirmation word for today?
So Tracy, before I give my affirmation word, you know I gotta give it's a vibe.
It's a vibe, y'all. It's a lot
going on in our community. Hey, y'all, if you're looking for something to do on the 19th and 20th, the 19th, the Dirty Mugs will be at Cybergs on Dorset from 9 to 1. On the 20th, Brews and Bites at Anheuser-Busch Beer Garden. Y'all need to get there. And then also Jazz St. Louis, July 18th through the 20th, 2024. Big band directed by our owner, Victor Goins. He's going to be directing the band. So you can go from popping and locking and dancing to just sitting back and enjoying yourself at Jazz St. Louis. So, you know, I will have to do a shout out. Dirty Mugs is my bonus son. He's out there doing his thing. And stay tuned all weekend because I will be coming live from the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. I will be interviewing prior honorees, current honorees, hanging out. I'm going to do a live from the parade. So stay tuned to the On Your Now show over the weekend. I got a lot to show and a lot to share.
Let me tell y'all something. She is a whole vibe. And this is what exclusives look like. Y'all just tap in. You never know when we go live where we're going to be, what part of the city or the community that we'll be in. We're going to start doing some pop-ups where we'll show up in different places. We're going to become the vibe. Watch, because we are a whole vibe.
Yes.
Lady O, man, this has been a great day. It's been a great evening. And I'm excited about all the things that are coming up. What is your affirmation word, girlfriend?
FLOW, flow.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
And it came to me because I see people flowing through life. I got a flow going. You have a flow going. It's that movement that Darian talked about. It is that self interaction you have that Aziza talked about. That's how you get in your flow. You know, people say, oh, I don't know. Oh, no. Get in your flow. That means it's moving forward. You're moving along. So get in your flow. My word is FLOW, flow.
It is. All right, y'all. Well, y'all know it's time for the what? What do we call this, Lady O?
You know, Tracy. Yeah, it is. No, it is divine tea poetry.
Oh, I love it. Well, we're going to let it flow because that's what it's all about. I want you all to understand that today it was all about us being in motion and understanding the value of knowing who you are and who you belong to. It's so enriching for us to come together and experience the joy of us knowing that we are here for a purpose. Regardless of what you're going through, sometimes you need to take some time for restoration. And when you take time for restoration, and you can sit back and relax. But also know that at the end of the day, love is the key to all of this for you to receive your healing. And when you receive your healing, then you'll know the value of what it looks like for us to really be dope. But you can't be dope and experience all dopeness if you don't have faith in the process, because I know I have faith in the process, and this is how we flow. Yes, that is
absolutely.
It, y'all.
Y'all, let me tell you something. If y'all don't give my girl Tracy some hand claps, you don't tell somebody about her. I don't know very many people. There are people being paid millions of dollars to do what Tracy does for us every Wednesday night. Please share her gift. I am so honored to be in the same company as her. I am so blessed to be with all the owners. And you know, Tracy, you know what I'm going to say? And I mean this today. Peace, love, and positivity. We are living in a different atmosphere.
Yes, we
are. And we all need, and take that when I say it slowly, peace, love, and positivity.
That's right. I want you to have safe travels, Lady O. And you guys remember, life isn't promised. So own
your now. Love y'all.
I am unstoppable. Let me hear you say I am.